What up, everyone? It's your boy Setema Gali, and this video is called How Your Mindset Can Affect Your Entire Life. 3, 2, 1, let's go. What is mindset? First of all, right, it's how you think, it's how you see, which affects how you feel. So if you have a mindset of, we talked about this in other videos, a mindset of scarcity where there's not enough, then you behave accordingly. If you have a mindset of abundance where there's more than enough, you behave like there's more than enough and like no one's trying to take from you. So how does mindset affect your entire life? Well, by the time you're done watching this video, you're going to see why you have what you have and how to change that if you don't like your current reality. So listen, I always talk about the big 4 pillars: your physicality, which is your body and your fitness and your health; your spirituality, which is your purpose, your faith, your connection to God, a higher power; relationships, which is your marriage, family, and if you're single, then the relationships you have and that you hope to have; and of course, your finances, your money, your job, your career, your business, physical, spiritual, relational, financial. And your mindset affects all of that because how you see the world is how you behave. But here's the cool thing. We never see the world the way that it is. We always see the world the way that we are. Think about that for just a moment. If my mindset is filled with scarcity and fear and doubt, and I see failure as this horrible thing, which there are a lot of kids and adults who see that, then I'm not going to take risks. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to play small, and I never go after what I want. And then I downplay it like, oh, I really don't want that. Can you see how that would affect everything in your world? Let's talk about physicality. If your mindset is filled with doubt, fear, and scarcity, then you look at everyone who's healthy as they're selfish and they just go to the gym and you don't even try to be healthy. Spiritually, you think there's no purpose for it and you think it's a waste of time and you kind of mock others who worship or who pray or go to church or study the word or, whatever their spiritual practices may be. If you have a mindset of scarcity, fear, and doubt, like limits, then you look at happy families like they're just lucky. They're just lucky. Like they were somehow given the silver spoon and they're so blessed. And then you have the victim mentality. And of course, financially, this is easy. How does your mindset affect your money? Well, if you have a mindset of fear, doubt, and scarcity, you think that money is for the rich, for the evil, for the greedy. You also think that the more wealthy you become, the more greedy and selfish you become. And you also think that, well, if they've got a lot of money, it's because they've hurt a lot of people and they've taken advantage of people. Can you see how that mindset affects everything? But when you change your mindset from scarcity to abundance, from fear and doubt to faith and belief, to I can't, it's not possible, to I can, everything's possible, then you look at fitness as this game of possibility. You look at, hey, I want to work out. Instead of I have to, I get to. And my body becomes this tool, this temple, this vessel, this vehicle. And again, as an athlete, I use the word weapon. That may not sit well with some of you. So again, just remember, I played sports, right? So my mindset affects how I see and how I think, which ultimately affects how I feel, which of course impacts how I show up. And it's the same with you. So think about this for just a moment. Ask yourself, do I love my life? Do I look through the lens of possibilities? Or am I constantly what they would call like a negative Nancy or a Debbie Downer or negative Nathan? I'm sorry if your name is Nancy, Nathan, or Debbie. Because how you see the world is where you are. So how do you change your mindset? Because once you shift your mindset, aka your beliefs always lead to behaviors. Behaviors always lead to results. Let me prove it to you. So again, I have an I can, and I have this mindset that's, if you were to ask me what's possible, I would say everything. Everything's possible. I always wanted to be a coach and a speaker. I'm a coach and a speaker today. I always wanted to do podcasts and write books. I have almost 700 episodes on my podcast called Game Changer. I've got a book called Game Changer coming out. I've got another book called Winning After the Game. I wrote another book called Money Boxes. I've been paid great money to step on stages and speak. because I have a belief that everything is possible. And because everything is possible, I know that if I go put in the work, well, you've got to start to know that if you put in the work, you can get what you want. Your mindset's going to affect how you work out, how you eat, how you show up, because you're always believing that things are possible. Spiritually, your mindset's going to impact that, because now you're going to reach out to God or to whoever it is that, and whatever it is that you worship. Relationally, you have a belief that says, hey, I can have a great marriage, regardless of my parents, regardless of the divorces, regardless of what I saw as a child, regardless of the neighborhood I grew up in. I am at choice. Again, that is the I can mentality, which is the abundant mentality, not scarcity. And of course, financially, I know people who just have this belief, which is a mindset of if someone else is doing it, I could do it. If someone else is making it, I can make it. I was just talking to one of my nieces today, and she's going through some challenges with credit card debt and figuring out how to be the right sister and auntie and cousin and friend. And I looked at her and I just said, hey, sweetheart, called her by her name, and I said, sweetie, it's up to you. 100% up to you. If you have that mindset that you can, and again, she's like, well, Uncle, how do I do that? You choose it. You 100% choose, because your mindset, your beliefs impact how you show up and your behaviors, which impacts the results that you get or the lack of results. So here's my challenge for you. What is your mindset today? Is it one of scarcity? Is it one of abundance? If you want to develop a more powerful mindset, if you want to live in the land of abundance and of possibility, if you want to shift out of fear and doubt and fear of failure into that of I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm expanding, I invite you to join me on my monthly class. It's a live experience, virtual, sometimes in person, to help shift your mindset. Listen, I grew up in a home where we didn't have much money. I grew up in a home where my parents loved us, but they worked hard. And I just knew from the start, I want better. I want different. And you should, as a parent, I want my kids to want better and to have more. So I'm constantly teaching this. So my mindset is one of growth, expansion, possibility. I can, it's possible. Everything's possible. That is a mindset. And if you're in this thing where you're like, oh, this guy's full of crap and he's just tall, dark, and handsome, wink, wink, he looks like The Rock, and like I'm telling you, you can get out of that. It takes time to train. So if you want help in training your mindset and you want help to build a mindset of positivity and possibility and results, join me in my live experience. Can your mindset affect everything? It 100% does, because how you see the world is how you see yourself, and that's how you show up. And however you show up and execute on necessary required actions and put in that work and do the work is the life that you create. And then sometime down the road, you look back and you can say, wow, I'm so grateful that I changed my mindset. I'm so grateful that I got into the world of possibility and positivity and power and faith and belief versus I can't, it's not possible, woe is me, I'm a victim. We got to get rid of that mindset. So join me in my live experience. Link is in the description. Have an amazing day. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Let's go.
Let's go. See, it's more than the game that we changing. We don't do it for the block, do it for the name. Yeah. No, there ain't no stopping it. If you really want it, better rock with it. This is how to be a game changer. Better put your pride down, heavy, get your pen up. Wanna be the greatest, we ain't stopping till we win, yo. This is how to make it when they hating, we ain't worried what they saying. This is how to be a game changer.